Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Public Cloud Design Tips and Tricks. In this channel, we generally discuss about public cloud design problem statement and their related solution. Today, we are going to discuss about GCP Load Balancer. So today's problem statement, how to distribute traffic across region, which load balancer to be used for high availability of an enterprise grade application in case of a significant geographical failure. To realize this, Microsoft Azure has Azure Traffic Manager and Azure Front Door, and AWS has Amazon Route 53, and Google Cloud has Google Cloud Global Load Balancer. So let's try to understand what is GCP Load Balancer. GCP Load Balancer is a managed service that distributes traffic across multiple instances across region and geography. GCP Load Balancer balances, simplifies customers' deployment and seamlessly delivers the scale and high availability. Now let's try to understand few terminologies. So what global, regional, external and internal. What is global? That means if you want to route your traffic globally across region, in that case the global keyword comes to the picture. Regional means within the region you want to distribute the traffic, that is more towards the regional traffic distribution. External means you want to expose your traffic via a public IP, in that case it is an external keyword. And if it is completely internal via a private IP, in that case the internal keyword. So these are all keywords that we need to understand, which is going to be applied to the load balancer name which has been provided by Google Cloud provider. So these are all different load balancers which are currently available in Google Cloud system. The first is global external HTTPS load balancer. So the external HTTPS load balancer is a proxy based layer 7 load balancing that enables you to run and scale your services behind a single external IP address. So it is sitting behind a single external IP address. As the name says, suggest global, that means it will be available across region. So you can distribute your traffic via this load balancer across region via a public IP. Regional external HTTPS load balancer, it is more towards your regional load balancing. That means within the region you want to distribute the traffic via the public IP. In that case you can use regional external HTTPS load balancing. Internal HTTPS load balancing, that is completely internal to your application. In that case you can use internal HTTPS load balancing via a private IP, that is your internal IP address. There you can use internal HTTPS load balancing. Then we'll try to understand what is SSL proxy. SSL proxy load balancing is a reverse proxy load balancer that distributes SSL traffic coming from the internet to your Google Cloud VPC network. That is what SSL proxy load balancing. TCP proxy load balancing, it is quite similar to that. The only differentiate is the TCP proxy load balancer uses the TCP traffic coming from the internet to your Google Cloud VPC network. So this is the base difference between SSL proxy and TCP proxy. Then the external TCP UDP network load balancer. If we try to realize this, then it is used for it is used as a regional pass-through load balancer with the TCP and UDP protocol in your network layer, which is the layer 7 protocol we call. So this is what we call it as a external TCP UDP network load balancer. And then internal TCP UDP load balancer, this is more towards your when you want to distribute the traffic among internal virtual machines or instances within your private network. In that case your internal TCP UDP load balancer is used. As we understood, external is for the public IPs and internal is only for the internal IPs or internal users. That's how you can distinguish these services within your load balancing capability of Google, and you can decide which one to use when. Let's try to segregate them based on their protocol. So if it is HTTP and HTTPS traffic, then in that case you can use global external HTTPS load balancer, global external HTTPS classic load balancer, regional external HTTPS load balancer and internal HTTPS load balancer. As we understood the keywords, so global means across region, external means it is public IP, and if it is internal, that means it is internal to your private network. So this is how you can distinguish the HTTPS traffic with this load balancer. SSL traffic, if you want to realize, then SSL proxy load balancer is used. TCP traffic, then TCP proxy load balancer, as well as external TCP UDP network load balancer, as well as internal TCP UDP load balancer. External and internal based on the public IP or private IP, or the public exposure or the private exposure of your application. UDP traffic, external TCP UDP network load balancer, and then internal TCP UDP load balancer. And ESP and ICMP traffic, in that case network load balancing can be used. So this is how, based on the protocol network protocol type, you can distinguish which load balancer to be used and which not to use. Now let's try to understand different features of Google Cloud providing load balancer. The first feature is HTTPS load balancing. HTTPS load balancing can be used to load balance your HTTP and HTTPS traffic across multiple backend, across your region, as well as across within your region as well, as we understood in the previous one. Cloud logging is the capability where you can log your traffic data which is going through your load balancer, and then you can use for your debugging and traffic analysis for activities. For that you can use it. TCP SSL load balancing, it is more towards the load balancing, can be spread across TCP traffic over the pool of instances within a compute engine and within a region. So within the region you can use that. Seamless auto scaling, this is one of the finest capabilities I can say. Auto scaling helps you to with this your application can gracefully handle increase in traffic and reduce the cost whenever the need of the resources is lower. So based on your need, it will auto scale up and scale down. So that's how your cost will be also managed. SSL uploading, then you want to manage your certificate centrally, SSL certificate centrally. In that case, you can use this load balancing capabilities where you can keep your certificate centrally and upload the certificate or upload the request, SSL request. Then high fidelity health checks. This is something more towards your health check capabilities where you ensure that new connections are only load balanced to your health check backends that are up to the ready state or in a state where it can be provisioned. Cloud CDN, it is a single click button where you in your load balancer, if you enable this, then with this the CDN, content delivery network capabilities, will be enabled, which will increase the performance of your application by enabling the caching capacity. So these are all basic features or the brand features which is currently available with GCP load balancer. So these are all features. Let's try to realize one of the load balancer, how exactly it works. So when we will talk about the global external HTTPS traffic load balancer. When a traffic is coming from internet and it is reaching to your load balancer, then first and foremost thing is the forwarding rule. So in your HTTP load balancer, external HTTP load balancer, you have written a forwarding rule with which the request will be forwarded. Then in the target HTTPS proxy, you might have configured SSL certificate where you can do the SSL onboarding or TLSMA or SSLMA. These are all activities can be enabled here. Then after that, your URL mapping which will be happen. Then after that, you can target it to your backend services, which is multiple backends based on what you have configured in your backend service. So based on the mapping of the URL, it will redirect the traffic to your respective backends. And this is how a global external HTTP load balancer works. And this is how most of the load balancer which is available in the Google platform works, and also distribute the traffic and enable the capacity. It is quite vast and quite easy as well. The naming conventions are quite clear where you can decide which one to use. You just have to understand the 4 keywords that I have explained in the beginning. If you understood this, then you can use it whenever you need it. Be careful with the cost and the users, number of users, as well as the availability of the load balancer. So there are few classic load balancer are also there, those who are used in the lower tier and lower environment. But when you are using the higher environment like your production or acceptance, in that case you need high availability, then you have to use the higher premium tier so that you can get the feasibility or the benefits of premium tier. So yeah, this is all about Google Load Balancer. I got all this data by following the Google documents. I would highly recommend please go through these documents. You will get a lot of information about deep dive into all this load balancer, and it will definitely help you out to design your solution in a proper way. That's it from my side. If you like our video, then don't forget to subscribe our channel, share it to your friends, and keep reading and keep sharing your thoughts in the comments. Thank you.